And trying to wash the bad taste out of the mouths of the chronically unpleasable Call of Duty fans from the Infinite Warfare beta last week, Infinity Ward revealed their eSports side in a stream yesterday that we'll break down and, of course, be snarky at for the Call of Duty news of the week. As part for the course, there were audio issues to start the stream. It wouldn't be a Call of Duty stream without it, and the quality of the video was more grainy than the moonshine that your hick uncle makes in his spare time. One can see by just looking at the CODcaster interface when the first match of Hardpoint on Throwback started that Infinity Ward actually bothered to think about eSports this time around, unlike in Ghost, because there actually is a hardpoint game mode this time around, even though it has a 2.5 second respawn timer, which leads to a terribly boring pace. There's payload circle indicators and player numbers on both the scoreboard and the minimap, so you know which arrow belongs to who, alerts under the scoreboard, and those callouts will help give both sweaty tryhards and virginous newcomers a baseline for watching. It's too bad that the CODcaster feature still doesn't have hit markers or point indicators for kills and caps, the movement bar, or an overlay for score streaks either. Oh well, can't possibly have everything working with a 3-year development cycle, right? The next match was Search and Destroy, which was dreadful to watch because of the super melty time to kill, even though it's not as fast as Ghost. But there's always the exciting falling off the edge of the map because the wall run mechanic is fucking terror-bad. I mean, even the last match, which is uplink on a brand new map revealed for the first time named Mayday, appropriate for the fact that Call of Duty is plummeting towards the cellar in sales, would have been fun to watch had the casters not choked on one of the more exciting parts of the match.
Top side looking to make plays with the wall runs. Bottom. Oh, okay. Well.
Don't worry, that one was fine.
Yeah, that was at least the melee came in, right?
Or, again, because the movement is like trying to do a 3-point turn in a backhoe and players would go careening off the side of the map. Mayday, which seems as if Infinity Ward took Treyarch's approach to map design in doing only half a map and then copying it onto the other side, wasn't the only new thing we saw in the eSports stream, as they spotted the ARX 160 quote-unquote classic weapon that is now called the OSA because nothing else in Ghost was actually memorable, and a new payload called Rewind, which either could look like a Tracer ripoff here or stuttering like Michael J. Fox because Infinity Ward can't fix lag, so they might as well make it a reward. Additionally, there was some sit-down talks with some shitlords at Infinity Ward, including a new community manager, Ashton Williams, who I can't even find on Twitter, so I guess that's business as usual for Infinity Ward, since Tina basically blocked half of the user base with her go-around anyways. At least I get to keep my wig around for developers' play. They said that the beta feedback was invaluable and there will be lots of changes going into launch to appease the plethora of complaints, including snipers, which were a much higher power band than anticipated. Former pro that couldn't hack it on either optic team, TP was a consultant for the initial rule set, which means that the COD World League will continue into 2017, and the first event for Infinite Warfare is in Vegas on December 16th. What happens in Vegas will be streamed on the live event viewer on the PS4 version of the game to all those nerds that actually give a shit about competitive games on a console with aim assist. There wasn't, much like in Ghost, any discussion of a ranked playlist on launch, but returning will be a combat rig draft similar to the specialist draft. Gone is the ban and protect system, as there will be global bans decided on by the players and the developers, but of course a wrench had to be thrown in the process. There will be a weapon draft, whereby at the start of the series, each player picks only 2 weapons that they could use in the subsequent games. This is designed to make the game more like Pro Mod, which is a funny coincidence since Modern Warfare is being remastered to be sold along with this game, and gives players more cemented roles. Unfortunately, also revealed and probably accidentally on the stream was the fact that COD Points are definitely returning for Infinite Warfare. You can see in this image that next to the salvage and key counters is the icon for COD Points. I wonder what you'll be able to buy with those. Interesting. Speaking of throwing money at Activision spelt with a $, the details for the season pass are also posted on the official Activision blog. For $50, or almost the price of an entire other fucking game, players will get 4 map packs, 10 rare supply drops, and 1,000 salvage on launch day, which is basically what Black Ops 3 season pass owners got after they raised enough shit for not having access to the supply drop weapons. The season pass is available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Speaking of PC, the minimum specs were found on the Steam page, and it's less than Battlefield 1 because there's no way Infinite Warfare can look as good as Battlefield 1 does, although it still requires 8 gig of RAM, basically the same graphics cards, and nearly 70 gigs of hard drive space. Holy shit! Lastly, in Infinite Warfare news, a few developers tweeted out what looked like ransom notes, and of course, since Call of Duty Easter eggs aren't as well thought out or as deep as Battlefield ones, it was deciphered within hours to show the following image that All or Nothing, a game mode for Modern Warfare 3, would at least be available and custom games. Hopefully it will be available in a party games playlist, much like we've had for Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. Speaking of game modes, Kill Confirmed will be a mode in Modern Warfare Remastered, as videos have surfaced on YouTube recently from many different content creators. It remains to be seen which other game modes will upset the Call of Duty 4 purists, as there will also be a firing range, no, not the map, the feature from Advanced Warfare, which is basically useless. Finally, in Black Ops 3 news, a patch was released recently to improve things like in-game hitching, frame rate dropping, and texture loading. It's a shame that it took Treyarch almost the entire life cycle duration to fix the issues that plagued the game. However, there was probably a more sinister reason for the update, as there were new items that were released into supply drops, of course, to wring out any remaining cash before getting into the new Call of Duty disposable game. In the theme of the upcoming Halloween holiday, the items are a one-handed chainsaw, which is fucking child's play compared to the one in Gears of War 4, a robot arm, since, you know, punching once doesn't kill normally unless you're swinging an arm with your arm, a nail gun so that you could reenact all those lovely scenes from Home Alone 2 by shooting nails in people's asses, and whatever the fuck this disc-looking thing is that's bouncing around the map like titties at a strip club getting kills, which should make it a total joy to play against, along with some scary dress-up costumes that Battlefield friends totally didn't make fun of recently. Oh, and if you're actually going to play Black Ops 3 this weekend instead of Titanfall 2, then double XP runs until Monday morning. That's going to do it for this episode of the Call of Duty News of the Week. I've been the Schwans27, making like Tigger and bouncing. Until next time.